Hey, Richard here. Maybe you have a lot of off days where you wake up with no energy. We've all had them. You're irritable, drowsy, and lazy. It's not right that we should wake up tired after a long night's sleep. Even though this is a common problem, it can have some profound effects. Waking up in a bad mood can affect your relationships, your work, and even your health. You're irritable with your family in the morning, and when you get to work, you can't focus. It only gets worse as you pile guilt on yourself of not being able to get things done. The more pressure you put on yourself to get something done, the more the stress builds and the slower work progresses. Soon enough, it's lunch. You wonder where the time went. After lunch, you're even lazier because you're burnt out and you're out of energy. But what if I told you you could start each day in a great mood, ready to focus and enjoy yourself? You could get more valuable work done and enjoy better relationships. When we get to work in the morning, we all want to be in that zone of work where we're focused on a problem or on an activity and time seems to be flying by because we're so immersed in it. Athletes call this being in the zone, and it's also known as a state of flow. This is one of the most satisfying states any person can be in. Maybe you can remember a time when you were in a state like this. We all wish we could be there more often. But what could stop you from being in that state more often? Why can't you get up and into a good mood with that energy that lasts all day, even though you just slept all night and you should be rested? There are 5 common causes to this problem. Number 1 is not keeping your momentum going and allowing indecision and debate to cause drag in your morning. If there's any guesswork or extra chores involved in the morning, like not knowing where you put your keys or realizing you have to do the dishes before going out, that can cause a surprisingly big problem in your day. One little thing that adds stress to your fragile morning state can create a cascade of problems that continue throughout the day. To solve this problem, you need to be prepared for the morning. You can incorporate this into your nighttime ritual. Make a list of all the tasks you need to perform in the morning. Clean the house and get anything out of the way that could put a kink in your morning. Get everything ready for all of your morning tasks, such as your alarm clock, your running shoes, your breakfast food, your water bottle, etc. To create a morning ritual that's custom tailored for you so you're in a great mood and full of energy every morning, you can download the guide I've created for you. It's at the link in the description. Number 2 is not consciously putting yourself in a state of high energy in the morning. It's easy to feel trapped by a state of laziness. When you're lazy, you feel like there's nothing that can be done about it. You're just lazy. Either you sit around trying to convince yourself to get to work, which rarely works, or you just don't want to do anything about it at all. First of all, this is a natural state. It happens to everybody at times, but it's possible to go from a state of laziness to high focus whenever you want. People like Tony Robbins teach things called like incantations and breathing exercises to get you into a state of focus for work. That stuff can work, but it was never really for me, and I think there's also a simpler way than doing all that. All you need to do is get your body moving right before your work period, get your blood flowing, get your breath going. Let me give you an example. Before creating this video, I was sitting in front of my computer trying to convince myself to get to work. I was giving myself reasons to get to work, like people could really use this information and I really should get some work done today and blah, 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 right? And nothing was getting done, no matter how many reasons I gave myself. But I remembered that when in a state like that, I just can't reason my way out of it. It's also physiological, not just psychological. So I got my body moving. I did some stretching and push-ups and did a few jumping jacks, and I felt completely different after that. It's like I pushed past that laziness barrier, and then I sat down and started on the first thing. I opened Scrivener, my writing program, and I wrote the first few sentences, and then soon enough I was into writing my intro and video outline, and no convincing was necessary. Office work doesn't come naturally to us. We're meant for physical work. Physical movement and changing our physical posture can focus us and capture our attention. The hard part is to recognize when you're in the lazy state and to remember to get your body moving if you want to focus. It's hard to be aware when you're lazy. That's just the nature of being lazy. So it takes a bit of practice. Before long, though, you can condition yourself to go from 0 to 60 in no time like that. You can go from laziness to focus very quickly. In the morning, when it's easy to be lazy, it's important to incorporate some activities that get your blood flowing as soon as possible, habitually every day. Go for a walk or a run right when you get up to condition that 0 to 60 mentality. Now, cause number 3 is more obvious. It's just poor sleeping habits. If you're consistently not getting enough sleep every night, that could be causing your problem, of course. Lack of sleep over a few weeks adds up into a sleep debt that needs to be repaid. There are some people who are biologically engineered to need to sleep less than others, but most people need about 7 to 8 hours, and it isn't optional. If you're getting enough hours of sleep but still feel tired in the morning, another problem could be that you're not getting high quality sleep. If you're tossing and turning all night and waking up every few hours, you're definitely not getting enough rest, even though you might be sleeping 7 to 8 hours. You might not even be aware that you aren't getting good sleep. But to get better rest, a good nighttime ritual that winds you down every night is helpful. Your ritual can include things like warm tea, light reading, a massage, meditation. You can schedule this nighttime ritual an hour or two before it's time to sleep to make sure you're in the right frame of mind for sleep. Meditation in particular has helped me to get a better sleep. I need less time sleeping and I still feel rested because there's less mental chatter when I finally hit the lights. If you still can't seem to be rested every morning, it's a good idea to check with a doctor to rule out any medical issues as well. Cause number 4 is pretty obvious as well. It's simply poor nutrition. A lot of people run out of the house in the morning with just a coffee and a bagel and expect to have high energy all day. They have an energy crash at about 11:30 and they just assume that's how their bodies work without paying attention to what they're feeding into it. If you need to rush out of the house in the morning, you can prepare a protein or fruit shake in the morning to keep your energy going all day long. You can also prepare a big batch the night before so you can grab it in the morning and you don't have to worry about it. Cause number 5 is the use of stimulants in the morning. This problem can creep up on you. I know because I love coffee, and when I drink more than 2 or 3 cups a day, I start having really drowsy mornings. And until I get my fix of caffeine, I really can't function. When I cut out coffee for a few days, I can readapt and return to normal though. Of course, everybody's different. If you wake up with a good amount of energy and you have consistent energy all day and you're drinking 5 cups of coffee every day, maybe it works for you and that's fine. If you're having energy crashes several times per day though, and you're dependent on your morning cup to make you come alive in the morning, you might want to replace regular coffee with decaf or a green tea or just water, and maybe you'll feel better that you don't have to depend on a drink. If you want to get into the habit of going from 0 to 60 every morning with a morning ritual, I've got a guide for you that'll take the guesswork out of it. You can download it at the link in the description, and you can also download my other guides there. And that's it for now. I really hope you got a lot out of the video. Remember to hit thumbs up if you liked it, and hit subscribe if you want to watch more videos like this. And let me know your thoughts in the comments. I read all the messages there. And for now, have a great day, and I'll talk to you later.